Hey, America. Sit down, Ghetto Gourmet. There's our chili. All right. And here it is here. All right. Looking good. Nice and chunky. Here, I'll zoom in for a second. Nice and chunky. Zoom out. Look, I got something in my hand, all right? So what I'm doing is I'm cutting this avocado. And you see the lines? All right, so before I've been doing slices, now I'm going to do a dice cut while it's in the skin. And this is actually, if you cut your avocado in half and pit it, and then do a dice cut on the inside, is a really excellent way of making guacamole. If you can watch my guacamole, you know, I remember when I was back in Soup, Stocks, and Sauces, and we had this salsa. The chef was cool, Chef Weisenkopf, and he was a young chef, so he'd like to put games in this stuff, right? So he had this competition, and I made a salsa out of like 4 or 5 different kinds of peppers, tomatoes, created a nice, you know, mother sauce, and worked it into the whole thing, you know, with a Tex-Mex flavor, and into a nice little taco thing. And that was mine, you know. My buddy who won it used an avocado, but he used a whole avocado and then the filling of the avocado, and that's what he made his salsa out of, was the avocado. It was I liked it. He won that one. We wound up doing a job later because see over there, like Lane actually has some of the same things, but not set up the same way. Oops, my dice went away. Just one piece. But yeah, look at this, like, shapes is really cool here. I'm just gonna move them around for a second. I'm gonna figure out where they'll drop that one so I don't step on it. Nothing like stepping on avocado. Alright. So like like with my soups and stuff, I like to really make things an experiment. I mean an experience. So look at the neat little pieces that are there, right? And so these provide an interesting shape and a contrast when you're looking at the food from above. All right, and then we're gonna take a little sour cream. And my house, my sour cream. I gotta use it up pretty quick. It's from last month still. Yeah, I got dairy from last month. That's not bad. And still working off. It's very hot. Almost dropped that. Ow. My body don't like sudden stop. Bought that. Put the sour cream right here next to the avocado. Okay, I'm gonna use a pile of it too because I'm gonna come back. I want this chili to make me sweat. I got chocolate. It's the first month. Because of my hernia, I've actually been given pain medication, and I can only take it 2 days in a row because of all the other stuff I'm on, and basically because of my running and my exercise, and I have to keep this trim body. I can't strain anything, is what he said, but I can have one. And so anyways, they gave me some strong meds. I can only take it, like I said, 2 days in a row, and that's not because my addictive behavior. My addictive behavior does not come into play with this drug. It could if I had no drugs whatsoever, but you're like, well, what drugs do you have? I'm like, well, it's none of your business. But it wouldn't kick in my dysfunction, and my dysfunction has to do with a different drug, and that's the real reality of beyond addiction. But anyways. Y'all like, man, he bouncing around talking about this, he talking about French, and talking about addiction, and talking about that, and talking about chicken butts. No, I haven't talked about chicken butts. Not yet, at least. Well, you know, Papa John got a story about him. He done see the biggest chicken booty there ever was. It was on top of this great big long old hill. And on the bottom of this hill was all these big old pieces of broken egg. And I was like, that fool Humpty been up in there messing up and around and falling down, right? But no, it wasn't. Because the biggest chicken butt in the whole wide world was on top of this mountain, right? And that's where the eggs was coming from. But only some people knew about it. But the trick was, I'll tell you later. Chef Chanel. Peace, y'all.